Okay, I think I kind of.
Spoilers, all right? Jesus. Spoilers.
Well, no, people died. People did die.
People did die. Die the dead people.
All right, spoilers. Yeah, you know,
Spoilers.
no
Spoilers.
one major died. Well, I was just talking about people in general, like collateral damage. You know,
Yeah, there's a lot of people that
whole
died.
fucking that world got exploded. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
People died, and then like fucking Rocket's friends and shit. Okay, expectations.
Expectations.
Way fucking less. I expected way less. Like just, I expected it. People were telling me to, like, oh, it's good. You got to see it. It's really good. It's really good. You're gonna love it. That does not do it justice. Okay, it was my opinion. Oh man, I gotta fucking gather myself. It was horrific and beautiful and loving and dark and torturous, just in the most horrendous, horrific ways. You know, and it's been a very long time since a movie has invoked such emotion within me. Like I get emotion, you know, emotional, you know, with movies and stuff, and yeah, I get angry and sad and happy, and you know, I cry, you know, at certain movies and stuff. It's an understatement for this movie. Like I expected far less, and it just overshot my expectations by a mile, and it was amazing, you know. And specifically because of like Rocket, like they never explained it. He never wanted to talk about it. They said it too in the movie that they never wanted to talk about his past and what happened and where he came from and shit. And like to see it, like you know why, like you know why he blocked that shit out, you know. And it was just awful, you know. And specifically for him, and it's like it's again, you know, it's hard to connect, you know, with something you don't know. You know, when you know Rocket, we've had two prior movies with him and stuff, and even his cameos in other films and stuff, and I just feel way closer to him. I feel like I know him a lot better, and like in prior, just seemed like a fucking arrogant asshole, you know, just like a hard shell that just didn't give a fuck about anything, and like no, like this was. I believe that it was, you know, like be kinder to animals, dude. You know, because like we all feel pain,
Mhm.
but like man, it was a fucking ride. It was such a ride, and I like usually I notice that like in movies that like aren't quite breaking through the shell I have around my heart, I talk a lot throughout the film. I maybe said two things to you throughout the entire film. And
Yeah.
like most of the time, I usually like lean over and like I add little comments or like fucking ad libs and shit. Yeah, yeah, yeah. TMT. Yeah, that was funny. But like this one, dude, just had me fucking locked on. Like it just had me so locked on.
Yeah.
You know,
You couldn't take your eyes away from the screen.
yeah, I couldn't.
Uh-huh.
And then the minute it ended, like I felt such a heart wrenching like depression. Like a wave came over me. You know, of just like, please don't be fucking over. You know. And it was like again like the first Marvel movie to do that for me in a while, you know, long
Yeah.
time. Like this is by far one of the greatest installments I've seen in Marvel, with all the fucking 28 behind us or whatever.
Yeah.
You know, 30 fucking under 30 movies, you know, like under Marvel's belt right now, like you know, all in the same universe. Like this one's gotta be fucking top 5, you know.
Yeah.
And
By
like
far.
and that's saying something in front of like the other Guardian, like the, you know, prior volume 1 and 2, like, you know what I mean. And again, I was telling you earlier, it's rare like uh the triplet, you know, in the group gets as much attention or like gets as good traction with emotion as it usually does, you know. And like this one hit it
Right?
on the nose. You know?
It was perfect. Yeah, I would say expectations. I knew it was gonna be about Rocket based off the trailers.
Okay.
I had an idea that it was gonna be sad, but then I thought about it. I was like, how sad can I be about like an animated character that I don't know. Like I
Yeah.
didn't think I was gonna be. Yeah,
It's a little skeptical.
very skeptical.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
But
it's I guess normally feel skeptical now about any
I
Marvel
would
movie that's
agree.
going to come
Yes.
out. I'll be
uh,
I
skeptical
saw an
of how
interview with Bradley Cooper, and he was talking about his role as Rocket. Oh, did you know that, by the way? Yeah, but it's Bradley Cooper.
yeah,
So I saw an interview, and he was on the red carpet, and they were asking him about it, and I didn't take it uh into consideration until now, that like what his testimony was. And basically he was like, they were like, oh, so how's it feel, like be part of the Marvel universe and stuff, and like this movie. And he was talking about how like what an emotional ride like it was for him, and how tough it was, getting through some of these scenes, and like even afterwards.
yeah. He cried during watching the movie. Yeah,
And I didn't even, I feel like I think back to that interview, and I feel like I wasn't even listening. Like, you know what I mean? Like it just wasn't connecting until I saw the movie, and just like what he was talking about, like just an emotional, just a horrible, beautiful ride,
hmm
and like it was. And like I'm sure, like, dude, like him having to live through this role, like, even like animated or not, CGI or not, like, dude, like when you get into this role, like as an actor, like, you know what I mean? Like this whole persona, it's you. This is you,
yeah,
and like, dude, like I can't imagine, like, if this is how I felt watching the movie from the outside at the end, you know what I mean? Then like how did he feel like with these things pertaining to his character? You know
yeah.
what I mean?
Knowing what was gonna come, being in that mindset of like
Man,
I'm losing these people. That oh yeah, like it's
for him to when Lila got shot, you know,
mhm,
dude, it was like a switch flipped on him,
mhm,
you know, and he went fucking ballistic. And I feel like that can be attributed to every single one of us, having a loved one, our only fucking friend, our best friend, our family, like being taken in front of us,
mhm,
you know? And just this hope he had to like all of us, just all four of us, just us friends,
mhm.
we're gonna get out of here. And we're gonna fly into the sky, the ever endless sky. And like, dude, the imagery built around that,
Yeah,
it was so hopeful and just like trusting, you
yeah,
know and like for it to go down the way it was, like who wouldn't blow a fucking gasket, you
yeah,
know like who wouldn't lose themselves, and then like even for the team to like look into his fucking mind and like take the hologram like of his experiences,
yeah,
and even Nebula had like agreed that like Thanos was nothing compared to this.
yeah,
Like he had lobotomies and experiments, conducted on him and friends, and the horrors he must have felt, the years he lived in that cage,
mhm,
or however long it was. Like I'm sure it felt like years,
yeah,
and like it was an awful place to be,
yeah,
and like I think about it now, and like I think about like the animals locked in cages and shit, and
yeah,
just like that's not where the fuck that's not where they belong.
yeah.
And it just feels wrong.
And it was more sad when like the innocence of it, like they had no idea like they were never gonna go into
Yeah,
the world,
yeah, you're
or
right.
just the fact that they were happy at their environment because they were around each other.
Yeah, yeah.
But even
Mhm.
though their environment was dark, they're in cages, they were just like, oh, we have each other.
And they were happy about that though,
Yeah,
and
it's
it's just
just
like, dude, okay, so for like today, like just today, literally today, earlier, today before I came and we watched the movie and stuff. I was on Twitter and I follow this account called Morbid Knowledge, and it's like it's just a count on like gruesome facts and stuff, and like pictures and vintage photos of like real serial killers and interviews and pictures and explanations behind these pictures and stuff. And I saw a picture of a little boy, and he looked like a very happy little boy. And it was just a picture of a little boy smiling. He must have been like maybe like 3 or 4. He was a little boy. But the backstory behind this picture was, this boy was he was from Auschwitz, and this picture was taken just before he was murdered in a gas chamber, and like circumstances, like for these poor individuals, and like perspectives are like fucking everything. Because like the fact that like this little boy probably had all his family taken from him, and like, man, like people still find a way to move forward. You know what I mean? Even when they're trapped. And there's uh an interview that Creed Bratton gives in The Office, and it's the last episode, and he says that human beings have a remarkable um, talent to make wherever they are home, you know, and like I feel like that is like portrayed perfectly with like Rocket and his friends, just like how like this they're trapped in this cage fucking 23 hours a day, only have each other to talk to. They don't even have names, they have numbers. And like Lila said it multiple times, it's good to have friends, you know? And like you never really, I don't know how often you guys think about it, but like I feel like I never really appreciate like the friends and relationships that I've built throughout my life, like individually, you know? And it's just like these things, dude, that are just there. You know what I mean? And we don't acknowledge, and like except for like certain situations, and stuff, and then it's forced into perspective, and it's just not enough,
Yeah.
you know? And it's like it's hard. Oh man, like I can't even explain to you. Like there's so much emotion that has ran through me through this movie that like I feel exhausted, like I feel so tired and that I just need to sleep this one off, you know? Because it was so sad, and just abominable, you know?
Mm.
Man. But I mean, like, what a beautiful ride. You know what I mean? And like for Rocket to remain true to who he was, towards the
Mhm.
end, and like with the higher evolutionary, and like decide like that it wasn't his place to take a life, and stuff. That was big. That was really big of him,
Yeah.
because though this person, this thing took the only things he knew to love at that point, he was still he knew who he was, you know,
Yeah.
and he was Rocket, and he was a guardian of the galaxy,
Mhm.
and he was not going to lower himself to anything that this thing was, you know.
Yeah, and before that, Rocket would just kill anything. Doesn't
Yeah,
matter
when it's like it seemed,
without thought. Yeah.
yeah, he was so hardened,
Yeah.
and just unemotional towards everything, that it just like it's good to see the humanity in him, like,
Mhm.
and just how awful a cost it was,
Yeah.
just man, there just aren't words to
Yeah.
describe like this movie for me.
Yeah. They just did Rocket's background so well.
Yeah, they did.
So well.
They did. They really went it all in with him,
Yeah.
you know? And just, man, And again, they balanced it beautifully because like I felt in like Doctor Strange that like some of the like the laughable moments were misplaced, as
Mhm.
well as Thor: Love and Thunder, you know,
Yeah.
and shit, and it was just too much where it was unbalanced, and like even the seriousness was just not taken seriously.
Yeah, at
You know what I
all.
mean? At all.
And
You
you didn't
know?
even see Ant-Man.
Yeah, I know. Again, I heard mid things about it.
Yeah,
You
you
know?
don't need to see it. Again, like it's not taken. It was a movie that wasn't taken seriously. And I feel like they really messed up with the villain. What's his name? Can you?
Kang, the
Kang.
Conqueror.
Yeah, King the Conqueror.
Apparently, he carried the movie. No.
Yeah, he
He
did.
did.
But but
But it's
since
almost like Thor: Love and Thunder.
Mm,
like with
Christian Bale.
Christian Bale,
Yeah.
same thing. Like it's just such a misjustice
Yeah,
of a villain. You know,
Yeah.
dude, man.
Great actor,
great
great
villain.
villain.
There's
Yeah.
seeing so much potential that just
Yeah.
fucking goes to
Yeah,
waste.
exactly.
Because
Yeah.
people want to be funny, and you know what I mean.
It
It's
just
like
kills the scene
Yeah.
immediately. Yeah.
it's like, come on, you know, like that's upsetting.
That's why I really
know?
like this movie because it let the villain like just really sink in.
Yeah,
The music, the opera music they would play in the
man,
background,
Yeah,
and he would just be ruthless. There was never a moment where
Even
he was joking. I
his-
don't think he made a joke.
no,
at
he
all.
didn't. But his blatant like disregard for like created life, like
Yeah.
it was it almost mimicked like the god that Christian Bale in Thor: Love and Thunder was like, you know, where it was just like this being that was worshipped for no like good reason,
Mm-hmm.
no good reason, like this arrogant, unappreciative dictator, you know, that disregarded like the love that was thrown at him. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Mhm.
And like, dude, like, what misplaced love can turn people into,
Mhm.
you know? And just, man, like, if you believe in something, know why you believe in it. You know what I mean? Because, like, man, just how awful. You know, I
Yeah.
just feel so fucking bad for these people, these individuals, these living things like Rocket, and even the God Butcher, you know, Christian Bale. Like, dude, like he he went to his God like asking for help, you
Yeah.
know, for his people, the followers of this God.
Yeah. Like we kept
And
worshiping you,
yeah, and
even though
his
we had
daughter,
nothing.
you
Yeah.
know, and like, and they laughed at him, and he almost like didn't understand, and he was like laughing with them, you know,
Yeah.
and it was like hopeful, and just to see like his soul being crushed, you know, like under this tyrant,
Yeah.
you know, and just, oh man, and it was the same thing here. And again, like, it's been a while since a movie invoked such emotion, and the High Evolutionary made me nothing short of angry. You know,
Yeah.
there's like again, like with most movies you see, it's a, you know, there's a villain, and you know you're supposed to hate them, and they're going after the wrong things, and they're fighting for the wrong things, and they're doing the wrong things, and you know, as a bad person, then he needs to go. And it's not, it doesn't do it justice for the High Evolutionary. He made me so angry.
Yeah. And I
That
love how they didn't give him backstory too.
Man, they didn't say where he, all he said was that there is no God, and he decided to step in for him,
Yeah.
you know? And like that didn't even like make me half as angry as the mistreatment that Rocket and his friends went through.
Mhm.
You know, and then like the children, the other animals, you know, these monstrosities that they were turning these people and animals into, you know what I mean? And like it wasn't even, they were beautiful creations like Rocket, you know what I
Mhm.
mean? And like they were looked upon as nothing short of imperfect,
Yeah.
you know? And like, oh man, like just like I want to hug this guy. Like I want to hug this guy because like he has no idea how perfect he is.
Mhm.
You know? Talking about Binks.
Binks, get over here.
You saw him shortly, you know, and like, dude, like just the innocence, pure innocence. Like he has no idea what's out there, what is waiting for him beyond this door.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He has no idea like what fate you could have saved him from.
Mhm.
And like, dude, like just how innocent a soul,
Mm-hmm.
you know?
Yeah, definitely the movie put that in perspective.
Yeah. And I watched those documentaries on Netflix about food and stuff and like animal and like nothing came as close to like me wanting to be vegan as like this movie. Nothing made me feel as close as wanting to be vegan than this movie. Like putting human emotion within an animal or like, you know, giving an animal life. Like obviously like animals feel emotion, you know, and you see those slaughterhouse videos and stuff and like cows know what they're, you know, what's happening and pigs and stuff like that. And like, yeah, I eat bacon and burgers and you know what I mean? But like this one cut deep,
Yeah.
you know, this one cut deep. Yeah.
Made you want to
Legit, dude. I'm putting it out into the universe. One day I will have a raccoon, a trash panda, and I will let him trash dive, you know, and dumpster dive
as much
as
as
much as he wants. Give him all my scraps.
I'll take him to the dirtiest dumpsters and just let him go wild.
Let him go nuts.
So does this give you hope for Phase 5?
Yes, because I feel.
But James Gunn is no longer with Marvel, so
Good point. So, man, was this his last film for Marvel?
Yeah.
It was.
Last film, he's going to DC now.
Okay, so
He is at DC.
I'll tell you what. Now, I have high hopes for DC. You know, not now. After the Batman, you know, the Batman was a great turn and everything, and I think it was really dark, on top of you know, everything, and I think it gave it a really good light towards Batman, considering like the beginning, his beginning goals, what they turned into at the end, like after part 3, you know, the film and stuff. Was he like, we're not here to talk about Batman, but there is major character development within the, you know, that film, and I think if James Gunn is going over to DC, then DC has some really great projects, you know, coming up soon.
Mm-hmm. Who's doing the Flash? You know.
Flash looks amazing as well.
Yeah.
And
Unfortunately, it looks so good.
What's his name?
Ezra Miller.
Ezra Miller. What the fuck is wrong with you, man? Like,
he's really
bro,
fucking up his whole career.
He already fucked up his
Yeah.
whole career. He's probably not gonna be in film ever again. And man, you were so fucking talented, man. Why? I don't understand. Like, I mean, it must have been like drugs or something.
Drugs, money.
It's
Money,
yeah,
you know,
mental illness.
Ego.
Mistreatment from, you know, Hollywood stars.
Oh,
and
that's true,
agents or
yeah.
something.
Yeah.
I don't know what the fuck is going on, but you had so much potential.
He's a really good Flash. Yeah,
Man, and like just the commercial, the trailer alone
looks good.
looks just like you gotta fucking watch this movie.
Yeah.
You know?
People want to boycott and shit. They can't do it. Yeah.
No.
Nah.
You got like I understand. Don't get me wrong. Like that fucker
Is a horrible. He's done horrible things.
he's doing very bad things. But that shouldn't disregard the work done aside from those things. You know what I mean? There was good done. And
Separate the art
from the
separate
artist.
the art from the artist. You know,
Yeah.
like Kanye. You know what I'm saying? Exactly.
Oh,
like
no.
Kanye. Art and artist. You know,
Well,
individually, probably a bad person. Yeah.
well, what are you thinking?
Let's change the subject.
What?
Let's stay away from political topics, you know, as well, you know, but like,
Let's talk about our favorite scenes in Guardians of the Galaxy. I feel like we've been talking about the dark side of Guardians of the Galaxy.
yes.
Of course, Rocket Raccoon's the main character in this movie, and he has a huge impact in the film. You feel a lot of sorrow, but there's a lot of
Tons.
great scenes
Amazing.
without him, or even scenes with him. What are some of your favorite scenes?
You know what? Actually, I feel like it needs to be said. and they've continued to do this throughout the Guardians, volumes and stuff. Dude, their soundtracks are on fucking point every time, dude. They have great soundtracks,
Yep.
and even for Rocket to pull up like early 2000s shit at the end of the movie, like Florence and the Machine, like, dude. I forgot about that song. I love that song.
And it ignited almost.
Like, dude, what an amazing, just satisfying ending for like all of them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And even Warlock. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, even Warlock, like that fucker was like, and like, he was given another chance. He could have fucking died like 4 times in the movie. They almost killed him 4 times, and like. I'm glad, and like, dude, I'm so glad. Like,
and then
like the character developments within it,
it's
like,
so good. But to like talk about the song, the Florence Machine,
yeah.
the song choice was so perfect because it has like a sadness to it, but there's like a joy uplifting
And
part
it's
about
like,
it, and you feel that, and
it
you're just
gives
like,
you like a reason, like, you know what I mean? There's like that for your mother, your father, your sister, your brother. You know what I mean? It's just like there's other. It's like family, you know what I mean? And like, when Groot was like, "Oh, like I love you all," I was like half expecting Vin Diesel to be like, "Fucking family, family," like fast, fast. But like it was a good turn.
I love you.
I feel like I could have done without that. Like, you know what I mean, Groot could have been like, I am Groot, and everybody would be like, "Yeah, like we love you too."
Oh, I
mean?
get you.
It would have been just as powerful.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But like him talking and saying other shit. Like now, he's probably gonna have dialogue and other things and stuff. Like he's probably gonna start talking.
It sounds like Vin Diesel. You hear Vin Diesel right away.
Yeah.
That's why I was like, oh, Vin Diesel family.
He does a great job with his voice.
He does,
stuff,
yeah.
Groot and whatnot, and like Groot's always been a great character. One of my cousins didn't really enjoy Groot in number 2 because he was just like this little
teenager.
This little baby.
No, was he a baby? Or
he was like.
Was he a baby?
Yeah, he was a baby. He was a baby in the beginning of the second one and stuff.
Yeah,
he
turns into a
sacrificed
teenager.
himself in the first.
Yeah, he's a teenager.
Yeah, so he's like a baby in the second one, and like, very obviously like unhelpful.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? And like, but like, I loved his character. Like, obviously he needed to grow, and like, I knew he was gonna be bringing the shit with him, like in this movie. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Dude.
And like, boy, did he! That fool can
It's
fight.
such a badass. When he puts all the weapons in him.
Yeah, he's a badass. And like, I didn't understand at that point when Star-Lord was like, "Oh, like you know what to do with these."
Yeah, and you're thinking about it.
Like, he got in the car though, and then he put him like to the side, and I was like, "What the fuck is he supposed to do with him?" You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I just thought like,
I didn't
we're gonna
catch
leave him in
that
the car.
either the first time I saw the movie. Yeah, I didn't catch that at all.
Dude, like he fucking loaded up.
Yeah, and they
like,
scanned. They scanned
they
them.
scanned him, and he's like, "Well, he's all armor, like all wood armor." Like, dude, like,
so cool.
yeah, badass.
Or when the first time they cuss in Marvel, where he's like,
"Oh, this is the first time that they cuss in Marvel,
and a good amount too."
Yeah,
he said fuck, he said bitch.
Yeah,
did he?
He said fuck.
Oh yeah,
he said
the
fuck.
door. But what does he say about the door? He's like, does he say? Because then Nebula's having trouble opening the door. And then,
it was the door.
Yeah,
he was like, push the fucking button and open the door. And she's like, she pushes it. And she's like, now what? He's like, oh no, he goes, open the fucking door.
Yeah,
that's what he says. And he's like, push the button. So like, and she gets it. She's like, it's a dumb design. Like, it was a stupid design. But like, I really enjoyed the cussing. I think it was very it showed the humanity in them and like the frustration that they were going through trying to save Rocket, and like just everything they were trying to do for him alone, like just one piece of the family. And then even like Gamora to like tell Nebula like, like, hey, like I'm family, and she's like, so is he, you know? And it's just like, I'm not gonna choose between the two. Like he's dying, he needs our help, and then like also the character development within Gamora alone, like also her not remembering shit, and then like Quill's fucking emotions towards her,
and then she's just pushing him away,
just constantly like just push him away,
and the pain you feel from him too, because in the beginning he's drinking. He's thinking about her.
Yeah, and he
kind of fucks over the whole team because he's drunk.
Yeah. Well, he puts Rocket in the situation.
Yeah, essentially.
I feel like, it's like, like, don't get me wrong, like, obviously he's partially responsible, but, like, even if he was sober, I feel like this would
There's
have
not
happened.
much.
There's not much
yeah.
he would have been able to
Yeah,
do to
that's
stop
true.
it. So you know, obviously he was beating himself up a bit and stuff, and for good reason, but also like they did save him. You know. And,
Yeah, in
like,
the end, yeah.
man, I think he deserves like some time off. You know, like like the
Yeah.
his like fucking post credit scene
Yeah.
with him just like chilling with his grandpa eating cereal.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And I think it was for such an emotional roller coaster. I think it was a perfect
Way to end it.
melodic just sequence for it to end because
Yeah.
it was so chaotic and just full of emotion
Yeah.
and just struggle. And like, what better way to like chill out with your grandfather and have a bowl of cereal?
Exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah, because the movie was nonstop. Like they were going.
Yeah.
That
And
is so
when it
true.
wasn't revolved around the process of saving Rocket, it was involved in Rocket's upbringing, and like, dude, both were just high stress.
Yeah.
You know,
the whole
like-
time you're like just anxious. You're just
and angry and sad
Uh-huh.
and hopeful and just my fucking head hurts. My head hurts like trying to wrap around this movie. You know.
it's so
And
good.
I feel like the reason I have such a high opinion of it, I feel like it plays a pretty lead role. I was expecting far less.
Less, right? Yeah.
I was expecting far less. And again, I don't know why I was, because it's a Guardians movie, and I loved all the other Guardians movies.
Mhm.
It's
You know,
just a
but, like,
third installment.
yeah.
You're
Yeah.
kind of gonna be like, they're gonna do the same thing they did in 1 and
Yeah.
2, and they just
Yeah.
do it in 3.
And
Yeah.
just perfectly balanced.
Yeah.
And rightly so, like most of the time. And like, don't get me wrong, it's a hilarious movie, but most of the time it's serious, dark, and horrific,
Mhm.
you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like, I feel like that could be attributed to most of our lives, you know, when it comes to like our lives are literally these continuous series of train wrecks that we're trying, which are like
I thought you were gonna do the Deadpool quote.
on the tracks of like just trying to make it to the
Yeah.
next happy moment.
Do you know what
Yeah.
quote I'm talking about from Deadpool?
Number 2? Was it number
Yeah.
2? Was that
like
one, right?
there's a life is an endless series of train wrecks. The only commercial like breaks the happiness.
Boom. Exactly. That's exactly right. And like,
Yeah.
and man, this movie just captured it beautifully.
Mhm.
Like as it was so raw, you
Yeah.
know, and it really did. Like, again, it took some real good shots
Mhm.
at me, because like, I'm not ashamed to say it. Like, yeah, I cried, and I probably would have cried harder if you guys weren't there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
We should
And
take a step out.
you know, and like, but also like, if I was there at the end, like I said, like, dude, this way, I can't even tell you, this wave of like of pure depression
Yeah.
just washed over me like as soon as the credits rolled.
Yeah.
And it's like a good ending. It's a good ending, and it's happy and stuff, and I felt like I didn't want it to end. You know,
Yeah.
and the fact that the group was splitting up, Drax cried, I would have too, you know?
Yeah.
And it just like, but this works, you know? Like,
does.
this works. Like, don't split up. But also, Star-Lord said it, you know, Chris Pratt, when he said, you know, like, no, like, we're the Guardians of the Galaxy. It's going to need us again.
Yeah, eventually, yeah.
But, you know, right now, let's just take a break,
Uh-huh.
you know? And, man, even, dude, like Drax, like, just coming through with his fucking...
This is jokes,
Yeah,
right?
dude, hello, moron. Hello, little moron. You know? And it's just like, he's so literal.
Yeah, like when Mantis
It's
gets
so
the
dry.
guy.
It's like dry sense.
Yeah.
of humor.
Yeah.
Yeah. But when Mantis touches the security guard and say like, "Oh, you're into this guy right now."
Every time.
Yeah,
You're
the Drax.
hopelessly in love with.
Yeah, you're hopelessly in love. And Drax is
It's like-
just very stiff.
Hey, I don't think I caught your name before. Drax the Destroyer. You know, like, dude, what?
It's
And
like-
I felt really bad for Drax, actually. Again, coming from the first movie, when Nebula told Drax that he was born to be a dad, you know, and like
Oh
obviously
yeah,
he
that
lost
full
his
circle
wife
moment.
and his
Yeah.
child and stuff, and the kids that he took under his wing, you know, and
Yeah, he was making them laugh in
Yeah.
that moment. Like,
in times of hopelessness.
Yeah.
There's another quote actually that comes from The Office that makes me think of the context. Is when Jim is in the interview room and he's telling them he's going through something with Pam, I think. I can't remember the exact context, but he was talking about like if a family is stuck on a raft in the middle of the ocean and one of the parents wants to play games, it's for the kids, you know? And it's not that they're not taking the situation seriously. It's just for the kids,
yeah,
you know? And like sometimes like in these moments of pure hopelessness, like you just gotta fucking laugh, dude. Like,
Yeah.
you know, you gotta smile for some reason. You know,
Mhm.
let's just find a reason. Cause like I don't know, I feel like I spent a lot of my life like being angry and sad and just beating myself up about it.
Yeah,
You know, and like, dude, it's just wasted energy.
exactly. You're not
You
living
know?
in the moment.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and just live, bro.
Yeah.
Like, you know, just live. LIVIN.
you
know?
just live.
And it's just people get too caught up, you know, and I mean myself included still, and it'll never stop happening, but never stop trying to like, you know, pull a rocket. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And just make your situation better.
Yeah,
You know,
as best
do,
as you can.
do whatever you can.
Just keep moving forward. I felt like the ending to me is because I like these characters so much. I almost felt like a graduation, like in a sense, like it has to come to this point. You knew it was gonna get to this point, and it's like a bittersweet moment.
Yeah.
In a sense, that's what I felt like. It reminded me of graduation because it's like, oh yeah, I finally made it, graduating. But then you're like, damn, like I'm not gonna see these people again, probably. Yeah, and that I love that, and that got me sad. I was like, damn, it's over.
Yeah. But you didn't mention your favorite part.
Favorite part
scene.
was, I think I had two favorite parts of the action scene. That one, down the hallway scene where they open and they're, it's I think they're playing Sabotage or no, Brooklyn, what was it?
Yeah. Okay. I was gonna say because I wanted you to mention that because that's also that is my favorite part. Yeah.
Yeah, that action
I think
scene is
yeah.
so good.
I love those action scenes where the camera follows them
Yeah,
the whole like all the way
one
through.
shot.
Yeah, it's like a one pan shot. Like it's what movie does that? I like it's the
What is it?
where it's like kind of Western at the same time. British though. It's not Western, but it's like in a saloon. Where is it?
Django?
No. They're like agents, but in England.
Oh,
Kingsman.
Kingsman.
Which
Yeah,
one?
the saloon scene. Or like where he goes into the bar.
Oh yeah, the first one. You're talking about the first Kingsman,
I think so, yeah.
where the old
Yeah.
old man comes in with his cane, right?
Mhm.
And he's talking to them. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Great
Well,
scene.
all this, honestly,
yeah,
Yeah,
I remember
all-
that.
yeah.
all the scenes in Kingsman, all the fight scenes are like that. That's
Yeah,
why I
it's
like
all
the
one
movies.
shot,
Yeah, they're
yeah.
always one shot.
It's beautifully
and that's
done.
why, like, I appreciate those
Or
movies
the
so
church
much.
scene
Yeah.
in Kingsman.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, that one too. He
Great.
just kills everybody.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
That was
And then he just dies by Samuel Jackson. Oh, dude,
Mhm.
spoiler. Oh, damn it.
Okay, this movie's been out.
Yeah,
that
yeah,
movie's
I
been out
know,
for-
but
it's fine.
still, just letting spoilers
It
everywhere.
doesn't matter.
But yeah, that because I love that because it was like, oh, they're finally all together, even though Gamora is not fully there.
Yeah.
They're all there. One last fight scene with all them together.
Yeah.
It's a little farewell, and it was beautifully done. Like
Yeah.
everyone
there was
got
a
there.
glimpse of like their old selves. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
Gamora did start to have fun, and like she did
Mm-hmm.
tell, start like a Quill, that like, I bet we were fun.
Ah,
Yeah.
You know? And he's like you wouldn't believe, and he almost cried. You know,
Yeah.
his eyes watered and stuff, and
yeah,
Because that's-
he couldn't even look at her until she
Yeah.
walked away. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
And it was just he just didn't want to see her go again.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
That scene where she was like, "Oh, like what did you do when that what is it? The mercenary or not mercenary? What's his name? Not mercenary. What's his? The yellow dude.
Yondu?
Warlock. The warlock.
Adam Warlock. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yondu's blue.
Where he goes into the ship. He's like, "Oh," she's like, "What did you do?" He's like, "Oh, I set it on self-destruct mode."
Oh yeah.
And they smile at each other. I was
Oh
like,
yeah. He's above
like-
her and they're smiling.
Yeah.
I was
He
like,
was like-
I think it was perfect. I almost half expected them to kiss, and I was like, "Don't fucking do it,"
Mm-hmm.
you know. And
Yeah.
I feel like it just would have been like too forced, you know, and not natural.
yeah.
You know, like they didn't end up kissing, and I was really kind of happy about it because,
Mhm.
like, I don't know, it's just gonna take time. You know what I mean? It's something that takes time and,
Exactly.
and whatnot. And I'm sure it's not gonna be their last, you know, her last time they work together. at
Yeah.
least.
I wonder when they're gonna come out in another movie then.
Of a Guardians movie?
I don't think
No, not
Guardians, but I
Guardians,
think
but
like Avengers maybe.
Oh,
You
yeah,
think
maybe.
so?
They'll come out in Avengers, and I have a theory that maybe, just a theory, Star-Lord will die,
Okay.
and then
That's
Gamora's
what I
finally.
thought was gonna happen in this movie.
Nah,
And then
I
they
like how they
showed
did
it.
this.
It's not yet. Yeah, not yet.
Okay,
Yeah,
I
not
thought-
yet.
So they showed that he literally he dies. But he didn't die.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Almost.
So
yeah.
that's what like my expectations going into it is that someone was going to die. That's what I
yeah.
thought.
They're prepping us.
Mhm.
Yeah. I guess so. I guess that is a good way to put it, like prepping us for how dark.
It's foreshadowing for
Yeah.
another
Yeah.
movie,
Maybe, yeah.
You know?
You give like
It's like
this
little
connection, this
teasing.
strong connection they all have. So if you lose one of them now, or in the future, well, when you lose them
Yeah.
in the future film, you're gonna feel.
I mean,
The impact
we
more.
technically lost Groot before. Technically,
That's
Oh
true.
yeah.
you know, but like not really.
hmm
You know what I mean?
That was
So,
pretty
like,
sad.
Someone is gonna kick off the finale,
Yeah.
and someone's gonna get kicked off. And
Yeah.
who more influential than the Star-Lord himself?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And then Gamora's feelings ignite, and
Or
yes.
they're gonna ignite while he's still around. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then it's just not gonna be said until
He's gone.
it's,
Yeah.
until it's time. And then,
Exactly.
God damn it.
Any complaints about the film?
No one died.
If you have,
Complaints.
Oh, you say no one died?
Nobody died. Nobody died. I guess. There were a couple of needless scenes. I thought. So like like the elevator moment where they were all like fucking or like they were making jokes in the elevator or some shit. Or like even the
the carrot scene.
oh yeah.
I
Like,
thought that was funny.
it was
That
funny.
was funny.
It was funny.
the carrot scene.
It also like but, I mean like it was funny, but more like the the meeting upon the new like species or race they found of like animals, like when they landed and went into her house and tried to communicate and drew a stupid fucking picture and
Yeah.
and like Drax laying down on the couch. It was kind of needless, like you know. What I
It
mean?
was
Although
definitely,
funny. It was funny.
It was
like,
very
you know what I
funny.
mean? But
Yeah.
also, like, probably didn't need it.
It did lead up to that car scene, which was pretty funny.
That whole scene, that whole part, yeah, like that whole part, probably, like it was probably a good 15 minutes at least.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
So it was like, I feel like, I mean, in the movie was 2.5 hours.
Yeah.
So I feel like there were opportunities to make it just
A
slightly
little shorter. Yeah, that's true. They could have
You know?
cut to the chase. Yeah.
Who's
But,
the-
I
Because
mean,
the ship's right there.
It was funny. It was funny.
Yeah,
Like I'm not
yeah.
gonna say it was like pointless because it wasn't. It made us
Yeah,
laugh.
exactly. Yeah.
And I guess it makes us feel more empathetic towards
Just
the-
living beings.
those people.
Yeah.
Yeah, because when the planet
That world was
explodes.
destroyed. He killed all those people.
Yeah.
And they didn't exactly. Oh, I mean, they did finalize it. Like you see it in the background. Like
Yeah.
the fucking Earth is on fire. Like
Uh-huh.
it's broken like that.
So that is a
Everybody
good
died.
point. Yeah, that is a good point. You do
He
feel
killed
more.
off billions
Uh-huh.
of people.
It
You know
adds
what I mean?
more depth to this hierarchy guy.
Yeah.
People
Yeah.
or not people. Who's the movie reviewer that you watch? Jeffrey or something? Was it?
Jeremy Johns.
Jeremy Johns. So he says his complaint about the movie is that they kind of just like rush the Adam Warlock
They
narrative.
did.
Yeah.
They did kind of.
Yeah.
I feel like it.
He was
did,
definitely pushed in there.
It did better.
Mhm.
The fact that they tried to kill him multiple times, you know, and where like he was, you know, stabbed and then exploded in the ship. You know what I mean? Like there were multiple times they did like, you know, almost kill him off. You know what I mean? So it's like I feel like it wasn't totally forced, which is like a good thing, you know, because like they did try to kill him off multiple times and he gave them no choice,
Yeah.
you know. And then like I think it worked out good. It was written in good because of Groot telling him that everybody deserves a second chance,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
But it was only after fucking, you know, 3 times of fatally wounding him.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like, I think it was good, and he was just moronic enough to like learn his lesson. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
He wasn't just like this all-out fucking crazy ass being.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Because
And like
people
he
are
just,
really hyped to see him.
yeah, he
Yeah.
just
finally.
didn't seem very in touch with his emotions or like his own opinions.
Yeah.
Because he told his mother even like was like, "I'm done being ordered around."
Uh-huh.
You know what I mean? And then like when he killed the dude and the little puppy thing was like staring at him, and he's like, "I don't like how it's I don't like how it's making me feel." You know what I mean? And it was like it didn't seem like he's ever experienced the right side of everything. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. He just came out the womb and then he's like
He was already on
in
the
order.
wrong side.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
exactly.
Yeah,
His
what did she
family's
say?
on his side.
He came out of his cocoon too early.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, exactly. You know? But it was
Yeah.
good. It was good. I think it was cleverly written in there.
Yeah, because he's like
Because it would have been different if he was just like trying to fucking kill them and then like he just shows up one time and they're like, "Hey, like we got to talk to you. And you got to make the right choice." And you know what I mean?
yeah.
And stuff, and it was more like they just handed him the baton and see if he did the right thing. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. He was almost like Superman, but like if he was like a bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like, "Bro, that's not cool." You
Oh,
know,
yeah,
like
yeah,
it was
yeah.
like that. It
Yeah.
felt like that. Like, he was
Yeah.
very like, what are these feelings? You know, like
Yeah.
it felt like that, and I really enjoyed that. I did enjoy that. Of course, I wish they would have had more of that, but I'm glad I got the amount of time that I got with the Guardians.
Yeah, me too.
And then I'm glad they sprinkled that in. You know, we got a little bit of Adam Warlock,
Yeah.
and now he's part of the whole Guardians, and we can expect him whenever in the future films.
Probably another
Well, he's got
Avengers.
nothing keeping him back anymore. His mother died.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
And
that's true.
nothing keeping
Any
him back.
other last points?
I mean, his race is probably gonna. I mean, his whole race was created by
Yeah,
high
we call it sovereignty.
evolutionary.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So they're probably safe.
Mhm.
You know,
yeah,
so he's got nothing tying him to the wrong side anymore.
that's
You know
true.
what I mean? And like the fact that the simple act of kindness was enough to like, you know what I mean, turn him and stuff.
Change him.
And
Yeah,
it's like these are like there's a real story, like there's real like a real story of like even like there's this real story of this old lady getting robbed, and like a kind word, like unmotivated her attacker. You know what I mean? And it's like it's these certain specific instances where, you know, they say like the pen is mightier than the sword. It's like
Mhm.
just like a simple act of kindness. You know what I mean? It's just
Yeah.
like
or kindness, pass it on.
yeah, like just a simple act of kindness can really influence someone else's day.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? And or even lives. You know what I mean? And it's not so unheard of. You know?
mm-hmm.
But I don't know, man. I feel like not enough people care about each other.
That's
You
you.
know?
That's what we should
Just
end it with, that message. Kindness,
Oh my god.
pass it on.
kindness.
Can I mention something though about what we saw prior to the movie, about the trailers that we saw prior?
Yeah.
Miss Marvel.
Oh yeah,
We
know
saw-
what? I
Yeah.
had I had mentioned something too.
Yeah,
It
confused.
it hit me. I don't know why.
It was confusing.
and it hit me wrong.
In what way?
It just seemed confusing
and then
or
this
random.
This
like,
is why it's like for
Yeah.
the whole. I just wanted to mention Phase 5 because it's like this is so. It was leading us towards like a great, I don't know, start in some way. It's like going like this, like a
Yeah,
like a roller coaster of oh, it's good, it's bad, it's good, it's bad. Like, is this gonna be another bad movie again after like this was such a great movie that we just saw? Is it what's following after this gonna be bad again?
or just as good.
Yeah.
or- I don't know. I feel
But the-
like
I don't like this flip floppiness.
The commercial or whatever the preview of the movie was not good.
It wasn't.
I don't
no.
like the consistency of the quality of these movies. you know
Yeah,
what I
there we
mean?
go.
Yeah.
And is it just because James Gunn directed it?
You know,
like what?
Yeah.
I don't know, and I pray
It was a passion film
yeah, it was a passion film, and I pray future Marvel directors
project. My bad.
look upon this movie, this specific film, and like try to take elements from that.
Yeah.
Because I swear, like
Loki, you need to see Loki.
the show, yeah, I haven't
Yeah,
watched
watch Loki.
'Cause that's the season 2's
it. All right,
coming up too.
We'll watch it. We can talk
Yeah.
about it.
Because
Oh yeah, hey. Another
Loki
reason,
season 1 again, like that, or that was the end of Phase 4, but it was very dark.
I didn't watch WandaVision either.
That was also pretty dark, but
Okay.
also
Yeah, I know
it
the
like
premise
leads
of
in.
that
Yeah,
one.
it leads into Doctor Strange,
I
which
don't
is
know
Yeah.
Loki
kind of
so
dark.
much.
Loki though, it's like there isn't really like any happy endings,
Mm.
and I think
That's good. It's
season
realistic.
yeah, which
It's good.
which is what we expected for Phase
Yeah.
5. So
The lesser evil.
yeah,
Yeah,
So-
exactly.
and then all these. I
I'm
don't know.
hoping they drop another trailer for Miss Marvel, and then
Yeah.
maybe it'll give us
A
like
better trailer.
yeah,
you
better
know?
trailer. You
Because
know?
like what I picked up from this trailer was basically like Miss Marvel being teleported because this chick was teleporting her to her, but
Mhm.
also like she was
They're-
reversing their places.
Yeah, they're all connected or something like that. Yeah.
And it seems like another standalone film, just like how like Thor: Love and Thunder didn't really like you could have gone without seeing it.
Yeah.
Same thing with this movie. It doesn't seem like there's a
They tried to
bigger
make-
premises for it,
Yeah.
or like. But this, I mean, I guess again, this Guardians of the Galaxy 2, like you could have also not have seen it and been okay with the whole
It was still a good-
timeline.
a
No, I'm
good
just talking
true.
about the timeline of
Yeah.
like of
Yeah.
what
Yeah.
it's gonna lead up to.
It wasn't necessarily important to the like overall
Yeah,
vision of everything.
yeah,
But if you cared about these characters, it made sense for you to go watch it.
yeah,
But I
exactly.
guess
Yeah.
for like Miss Marvel, there hasn't been enough.
I mean, it kind of makes sense, like why Star Lord, like is. I mean, obviously he's half human. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Or it's like why he's as capable as he is.
Ooh, maybe because he's on Earth now, something's gonna either gonna happen with him, with the Avengers and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, definitely.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you think so?
yeah, of course.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, he's like kind of half god.
He's gonna call his boys
You know what I mean?
His-
or
It's
girls.
like, I didn't make, it
Whatever.
didn't make sense. It was like obviously like Iron Man's a regular dude, but he has the suit, that he created. He's just
Yeah.
an intelligent mind. Like Star Lord, obviously he's taken a lot of damage before. You
Mhm.
know what I mean and whatnot, and like not died.
Yeah,
Like kind
Yeah.
of makes sense. Like he's half god.
Yeah.
Kinda.
kind of. Yeah.
I
That
don't
is
know
true.
what that the Marvels was about. I mean, it's cool to see.
I never saw that either.
Rambo.
Huh?
Oh no, what?
What are you talking about?
Rambo's the girl, the first girl.
Which one?
Oh, I'm thinking of the Eternals. Sorry,
Oh, Eternals was really.
I didn't see that either.
Oh, you haven't seen
I
it,
love
Joe?
Angelina Jolie too.
It was great.
So-
I enjoyed it. A lot of people didn't enjoy it. I enjoyed it.
That's
It's
good.
different. It feels different than other
Okay.
Marvel films.
Again, that was another movie that you don't even have to see. Well, maybe you do.
I'd like to. I
Yeah, no, we
not
should
that
watch
I feel
it.
Like
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
like need to, but I
Yeah.
would like to.
I
Maybe
think you'd enjoy it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think
I
you'd
think
enjoy it.
it'll play into the bigger picture. See, this is just like the frustration. It's like, what is this all leading up to? I don't.
Yeah,
it?
it's hard
Like-
to see the future vision of
Yeah,
what Marvel was turning into.
yeah.
you know?
Wasn't this a complaint about all these
Mhm. I
movies,
don't know.
like
It's
that they're
back and
all
forth.
going down these paths? But like, how are you going to tie this all together?
Yeah. Well, just because they're trying to go bigger, that's why they're bringing the multiverse into it.
Yeah,
But it's so huge.
They're executing it wrong though.
yeah.
Well, I mean,
Well,
just not wrong. I don't even know. Like just not to the specifications that I would think would entail a situation that involved the multiverse. You know what I mean?
Mm.
And just like I mean, even like Thor: Love and Thunder, like dude, like he was killing off gods, like multiple, and like that's in like all religions and like belief system, like fucking Zoot, like mythology and shit, and like the North. They obviously Thor's from the Norse mythology, but like they brought Zoot, like what's his name, Kurt Russell, or not Kurt Russell, Russell Crowe.
Russell Crowe. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He was like Zeus, you know. He played Zeus, and he was like that at the court of gods, you know.
Yeah.
And, like all the other gods come and be safe and stuff and whatnot. And like God Butcher was like fucking killing everybody. Like
Yeah.
nobody was safe,
Mm-hmm.
you know. And whatnot. But like, I didn't grasp the depth and level of seriousness that it should have been. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Because they
Yeah.
were just fucking making fun of it all the time.
Yeah, all the time. Oh, you're gonna
Yeah.
kill me.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah.
So
Same
it's just
thing
like-
with Ant-Man.
yeah, and
It
it's
was
just like
disappointing because it was supposed to be very serious, right?
But yeah, it was, yeah, they would kill it with jokes immediately. But King Conqueror,
carried.
you carry the film. Carry the
Yeah.
film.
Still, it's just like
Yeah, it's a little let down. I don't know.
yeah. At least
I'm
like
not
with-
expecting much. I would say I'm
Yeah.
not expecting much for the future
you go.
films.
Yeah,
I think Guardians of the Galaxy did such a great job because James Gunn, he had this vision. It was a passion project of his, and he played it out all the way to the end.
I don't know whether or not to hope for better or not. Like, you know what I mean? It's like this was a great movie, but the others weren't so much.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and like, I don't know if I should be like have a higher standard now or just like I don't want to be disappointed. You know what I mean in the future?
Yeah, I would say Guardians is a league in its own.
Yeah, yeah, I guess. So.
I would say that. And then I don't know, there's not really, you know, it's like we had like Captain America movies to look forward to. We had like Iron Man movies to look forward to. Now we're not looking forward to anything, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Like we're not like
outside
hyped.
of, like for the new characters that are being developed. I guess like their standalone films are not.
We're not invested
we're
as
not
much.
invested, yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
So it's like they have to
Well, they're
earn
just
that
not-
trust.
They're not executing it very well.
mm-mm.
Yeah.
It's just like
Agatha though, that's gonna be cool.
Agatha is gonna be cool.
Mhm.
That's a show. Though. I don't think that's a movie. They're about
Agatha,
movies.
no,
Agatha is a movie.
I think so.
which one is that?
It's like WandaVision. It's within WandaVision. It's a spoiler for WandaVision.
It is Disney Plus, yeah. So
It's a villain
played
in
by
WandaVision, but you don't know there is a villain in WandaVision.
Okay.
Catherine Han.
Yeah.
You know Catherine Han?
No.
Oh,
Step
she-
Brothers?
Oh, what's his name? Dale's no.
The one that P
Eric's-
standing up?
Derek's wife.
Yeah, I believe so, right? Yeah,
Okay, yeah.
The one that's
I
like,
love her.
yeah,
She's
yeah.
so funny.
yeah, so she's in the show. Well, she's in Marvel Universe now.
Oh, I know. Okay, I seen the picture or the like clips of her.
Yeah, and she plays very much of her humor is
Oh,
in
okay,
there.
thank
Yeah,
God,
it's
yeah.
funny.
So all
I think so.
the things to look forward to are all on Disney Plus, which just sucks because like I mean they're all shows. All the Phase 5 is majority.
They're investing in shows. People
Shows.
watch shows nowadays.
Spider-Man into Spider-Verse, even though it's not connected to Marvel, but
Still though, like that. Oh man.
That's also like
Yeah.
a league of its. That's the league. Of
Yeah,
its
it's League of its own.
Isaacs, bro.
I
You
know. June 5th, I believe.
What?
Spider-Man into Spider-Verse
Oh.
comes out.
Not into
I think.
Spider-Verse. What is it?
Spider-Man.
I don't know.
I don't know. You gotta go it, please, because this is gonna bug me. Spider-Man and the multiverse and the spider.
I remember I saw the trailer. I can't remember specifically what it's called.
Yeah, neither can I. But I know there's a part 1 and part 2, which I'm excited about.
Oh really?
Yeah, there's
So
gonna
it's getting 2 installments and
be 2
2 entries of
Into the Spider-Verse.
into the Spider-Verse. So I was right.
what was the first one?
Yeah.
It was Into
Spider-Man?
the Spider-Verse too. No?
I think so.
It was Into the Spider-Verse.
Was it?
It's just Into the Spider-Verse Part 2.
Are you sure that's what it's called?
Oh no. Spider-Man, the first one, was Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. This one is Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse.
Okay.
Across, yeah, not into. Across.
Yeah,
There's
it's
a lot
in
of spider,
June.
a lot of Spidey
June
men.
1st it comes out, you guys.
Dude,
June
I don't-
1st,
I
that's
feel
why.
like Spider-Man will never. I don't. It's like people disagree. I don't think there's been one bad Spider-Man movie. I wasn't a huge fan of like Homecoming, you know,
Mm-hmm.
with like Tom Holland and stuff,
Yeah,
because it's like kind of slow, but it's also like him kind of, you know, dipping his feet in the Spider-Man pool,
yeah.
you know, or just like learning the ropes or you know and shit. But yeah, it wasn't the best for me. But like there's not one Spider-Man movie that I don't like.
Yeah, I think I've enjoyed all of them, even like the
They're
ones that
fucking
people like.
Awesome, dude.
Despite Homecoming, that scene where he's in the car and he knows that he's Spider-Man.
Oh, and he's like staring at him through the replay.
Yeah. Oh, that gave me
was it
anxiety.
Michael Keaton.
Yeah, Michael Keaton.
Yeah, great actor.
Yeah, dude, he's awesome. He did great with the Vulture, dude. I
Yeah.
thought it was awesome. And Vulture's usually older aged and stuff. He did fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Like, dude, awesome. Well, yeah, lots to look forward to, I guess.
I guess,
guess.
right? Not as
Question mark?
Oh, question mark.
Yeah, a lot of
Yes.
shows to look forward to, I guess, which is,
Yeah,
I guess something that we could
I gotta
unpack.
start watching shows.
Yeah, I guess
We should-
we're gonna
we're-
make it a thing.
This is a whole.
We could even review episodes.
Yeah, this
Yeah.
whole next year is gonna be a lot of shows that come out every week, which is, I guess, we can do like our own separate thing.
Yeah, catch me up, nah, because I'm not gonna watch them by myself.
No, I mean that's what I'm saying. Like we could like every week, I guess, do a little short thing of the show that just released or the
Yeah.
episode that just released.
20 minutes or so.
Yeah, because
Oh yeah, that's true. We could do like a 15-minute, 20-minute thing.
specifically dedicated to Marvel. 'Cause
Yeah.
this
I want
whole
to talk about the last.
there's
of Us.
so many.
Mhm.
Oh yeah, that's true.
The Last of Us.
Loki and Secret Invasions are the ones that are coming out next.
Secret Invasions. What's that new? There's a new movie coming out. Blue Beetle. Is that what it's called?
Oh yeah, Blue Beetle. Have you seen the
Beetle?
trailer?
Yeah, dude, that shit looks fucking amazing. It looks so good.
Oh no,
no.
we have different opinions.
Really? Okay, that's good because
yeah,
all right, so CGI alone looked great. George Lopez, obviously, I feel like he's kind of under the radar of most things nowadays.
Yeah.
They're kind of giving him another spotlight and stuff and
Mhm.
whatnot. So, and then one of my cousins was telling me that I think they're going off of comics, Blue Beetle.
Yeah, no, definitely they are. Because they have James Gunn, and James Gunn's a huge, like, let's go by the book, and
Yeah.
let's try to pull from the comic books as much as possible.
So,
So-
as a new hero, it didn't seem like he was at all very scared of what's happening. You know what I mean in the trailer?
Yeah, that was my gripe. It was kind of like, it almost feels like, like Transformers, like, oh, robots,
A little
yeah,
bit. A
let's.
little bit. Yeah.
I'm gonna go in this vehicle and whatever happens, happens.
Yeah.
It felt like that. It didn't feel like there was any like.
Gravity.
Yeah, exactly. Which I was like, but maybe the movie's a lot different. Like
Yeah.
I'm saying, like trailers could be so deceiving.
I feel like they include tons of funny moments, and it's like I hope the movie isn't primarily funny.
That's
moments.
exactly
You know
what
I
I'm
mean?
worried about. Yeah. Uh-huh.
So I mean, like
Like
with
Thor:
that,
Love and Thunder.
yeah, Thor,
Yeah.
Love and Thunder, just fucking.
Thor: Love and Thunder.
The God Butcher was butchered in that fucking movie. Dude, you know what
The
I mean?
movie. Oh,
Yeah, it's sad, but
I did laugh. I'll say
I
that.
laughed at times, but most of the time I was like more like, "What the fuck is
Yeah.
going on?"
It's like, what am I watching?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Just.
Well,
A lot
guess-
to look forward to, right?
I guess so.
if
If you say so.
Yeah, a
Wow.
lot to unpack.
So, Guardians of the Galaxy. third
Should we rate
installment?
it?
Man, fucking
I know what he gives it, but
9.5.
9.5.
10. Yeah.
Okay.
10. I'll say 10 out of 10 because that got my emotions.
Yeah,
Yeah.
dude.
Like, I was fighting back tears.
Yeah, you're right.
Okay.
I'd give it a 10. I've
Yeah.
never felt angrier towards any specific character.
Yeah, when it brings that emotion out of me, I'm just like,
Yeah.
how did I
Enough
get? Yeah.
I guess
Dude,
like if you would
I
have
wanted
asked
to hit
me
somebody.
right after I saw it the first time, I would have said the same thing, like 9.5 out of 10. But now that I let it digest a little bit more, and as I mentioned, I just expected like a little bit darker. I would say like a
Yeah, 3 out of 10.
no.
yeah, I'm like, this is a fucking 0, bro.
I get 8.5, 9, 8.75. You
That's
know,
still very good.
no, it, is,
Yeah, that's
it was
good,
really
yeah.
good, and I would say because it made me cry so
B
much.
plus.
And even when I saw it the second time today, I was like, I did not expect to cry at all, and I made it through the whole movie not tearing up
My
once
fucking ego.
until the end. He hugged his grandpa.
Yeah.
That shit got me.
Oh,
I'm tired, Grandpa.
That's too damn bad.
you keep digging. Man.
That's gonna be the next movie. That's gonna be them. We're gonna cut to a scene of them.
I'll pay for that for sure. Well,
But yeah, it got me emotional in different ways. I think that was what was really cool about this one.
it did.
And that's when, like, even the first time I saw it, I was like, okay, cool, I'm done crying. Like, it's happy. Nope. I cried again at the
My
very
ego
end.
was blocking me.
Mm.
You know, and I was like, fucking, these parts are coming down, and I was like, I'm not gonna wipe my tears. You know, and like I was trying not to cry, and I was like looking at Matt through my peripheral. You know? I was like, if he's not crying, you don't cry. You know? I was like, wait, he's seen it before, and then I start crying.
Oh, okay, there you go. You know, you probably cried
Yeah,
before.
I'm like, you fucking did it. I know you did. But,
Did you?
yeah.
Did you teared up at all?
I did
First-
tear up. I think the
Yeah.
first time, second time too, I teared up again. Like I was like, yeah, I'm not gonna fall for it. I know what's gonna
Yeah,
happen.
same, yeah.
You know,
Oh man, I gave myself.
I fell for it. I was like, oh my.
I offered myself.
Yeah.
And it was just.
No, I'm definitely gonna watch it by myself and just cry hysterically. Oh, I love that.
Man.
Like,
Damn.
I just
It's a hard story.
yeah,
And
Yeah, very dark.
it's very dark,
done so well.
and it was just amazing.
Hmm.
You
It was a grand slam. Grand slam.
know.
James Gunn. Grand slam.
Yeah, well, too bad he's
With
leaving.
that, yeah, too bad. Well,
Too bad.
DC is getting just an amazing member of the team.
Yeah.
You know, so
A lot to look forward to over
Lucky
there.
them.
I look forward to it.
Yeah.
Who was another, or who are the directors of the Avengers?
Russo brothers.
They're doing the multiverse stuff, right? What are they doing then?
They're not
Are
doing
they-
anything.
They're done?
Yeah, they're done with Marvel.
No,
They-
they're not.
Yeah, they did. So they did Infinity War. They did Endgame. They did Winter Soldier. They did Civil War.
No, I know, but
Yeah.
aren't they doing like?
But since Winter Soldier, they have to have some sort of foundation in the Marvel universe. Like, you know what I
They
mean? Like
do.
they have good. They have good prior history
Yeah.
with Marvel directing
Yeah.
Marvel movies. Like,
They said in an interview that they would only come back for Secret Wars.
That's what I was gonna
oh,
say.
thank
It's
God!
Secret
okay.
Wars. So they'll come back for that, but anything else they wouldn't.
Dude,
try-
they're
yeah.
gonna release the Secret War suits. You know?
Yeah.
And like, oh hell yeah, dude!
Oh,
I played
yeah, so
That's
the
gonna be
Fantastic Four is
released
gonna
in
come
the-
out.
2025, 2020.
2018 Spider-Man. You know,
Oh yeah.
Insomniac Spider-Man,
Dang.
and like they had the Secret Wars suits in there too.
Uh-huh.
So I'm excited to see a new design. You know,
Damn.
it's gonna
Yeah.
be lit.
It's gonna be really.
Yeah,
it's
they will do.
it's gonna be
the
hard to
Secret
execute.
Wars.
I don't know.
I'm
but-
sure. Yeah, no doubt. It's gonna
Yeah.
be tough. You
But if
know,
anyone could do it, it'd be them. They're
Yeah,
like
for sure.
such huge fans of like Secret
Yeah.
Wars. So I'd be
Yeah.
excited for that.
well,
And then we have Deadpool with Wolverine.
oh hell yeah,
Yeah.
dude! They're coming out with a new Wolverine game too, dude.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
the
That is true.
PS5, bro. That's just gonna be crazy. No gameplay yet, just a trailer. But go check it out. Check it out. Sorry.
Yeah,
Well,
hopefully they do, because Marvel needs some good directors,
yeah, for sure.
writers, whatever.
They're
They-
losing good ones, you know.
Yeah, that's why.
Yeah.
And if they're just gonna start pulling names out of a fucking hat, like we're in for a rough ride.
Yeah. Wait,
So-
before we go, Guardians of the Galaxy had James Gunn used to do. He did this movie I think called Slither. It was like horror comedy, and it was like very like the creatures that were in it was like disgusting and stuff. And I thought he did a great job of incorporating that in this film because the
Mm.
creatures were disgusting. They were pretty like when they were
They're
fighting.
pretty- yeah,
They were
The
pretty
hallway scene.
grotesque.
Yeah.
yeah,
uh-huh.
They were
like half
very grotesque.
machine, half animal.
Yeah, I was
Yeah,
like,
dude.
yo, this is a
Yeah.
Marvel
The
movie.
war pig.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's out, dude. Like dude.
That pigeon, whatever.
Yeah,
Yeah.
dude, that shit looked pretty gnarly
Yeah.
and painful. You know?
Yes.
It looked painful,
hmm
Mhm.
grotesque.
Exactly. That's what's like a Marvel film is like doing it
Yeah.
so good. Like
And it was
Yeah.
something that even like Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness couldn't pull off, where it was like it's trying to be horror, it's horror aspects and stuff.
Yeah.
And like, it was okay at times, but this shit was gnarly,
yeah.
it was raw. Like, dude,
Uh-huh.
that shit.
And it wasn't like it didn't force it or anything. It was just
No, it was well deserved.
yeah.
It was well deserved. Just it was some sights to see.
yeah.
Mhm.
You know?
Definitely.
So
With that, be kind. You know,
and go
Yeah.
see
be kind.
Guardians.
Go watch
see
Guardians.
on $5 Tuesday. Like
If
we
you
just
see
did.
us-
Yeah.
In there crying, just let us be.
The only thing necessary for the triumph of evil is for good people to do nothing.
What?
Well, it's just like I feel like it's
Yeah.
Rock, like you know, like Rocket's essence of like staring into the room he grew up in
Mhm.
and like seeing all the other animals and stuff, and he like almost didn't go in, like you know,
Yeah.
and he was just very slow, and it took a lot of power for him to go in and like
Mm.
you know and see the baby raccoons and stuff.
Mhm.
You know? It's just like man,
That pain of reliving that.
that pain, like be a good person, do something for someone,
Mhm.
you know.
And go play The Dog Days Are Over.
Yeah. By Florence and the Machine. You're welcome.
Such a good song. Okay. Yay.
We're gonna end it like that. We're gonna just.
Oh, that's Lauren, Matt, and I'm Eddie.
We all know each other.
We all know each other.
He refuses to say it too.
Welcome back.
The end.
The-